Cluster A. This cluster includes the odd or eccentric personality disorder characterized by social withdrawal, peculiar behavior, and paranoid or bizarre thinking. So first, we're going to talk about paranoid personality disorder. This personality disorder is a mental health condition marked by a pattern of disturbed and suspicious of others without adequate reason to be suspicious. So people with paranoid personality disorder are always on guards, believing that others are constantly trying to demean, harm, or threaten them. So people with PEPD, that is personality, as the paranoid personality disorder, they doubt the commitment, loyalty, or trustworthiness of others, believing others are exploiting or deceiving them. They are they be unforgiving and hold grudge. They be reluctant to confide in others or reveal personal information because they are afraid their information will be used against them. They perceive attacks on their character that aren't apparent to others. So, a schizoid personality disorder is an uncommon condition in which people avoid social activity and constantly shy away from interaction with others. They also have a limited range of emotional expression. So if you have schizoid personality disorder, you may be seen as a loner or dismissive of others, and you may lack the desire or skills to form close personal relationships. But because you don't tend to show emotion, you may appear as though you don't care about others or what's going on around you. So symptoms of schizoid personality disorder are prefer being alone and choose to do activity alone. You don't want or enjoy close relationship. Feel little if any desire for sexual relationships. Feel like you can't experience pleasure. Having difficulty expressing emotion and reacting appropriately to situations. May seem humorless, indifferent, or emotionally cold to others. May appear to lack motivation and goals, and don't react to praise or critical remarks from others. It's schizotypal. A schizotypal personality disorder is another mental health condition marked by a consistent pattern of intense discomfort with close relationships and social interaction. So people with schizotypal have distorted views of reality, superstition, and unusual behavior. Their relationships are usually hindered by their symptoms. So the symptoms of that are having intense social anxiety and poor social relationships, not having close friends or confident expect for first degree relatives, having peculiar behavior and mannerisms, having odd thoughts and speech such as using excessive abstract or concrete phrases or words in unusual ways. So having unusual perceptive experience and magical beliefs such as thinking they have special paranormal powers. Last and final is incorrect interpret ordinary situation or happening as having special meaning for them idea of a reference.
Hi, good day. I am Lashana Lumsden, and today we'll be looking at Cluster B personality disorders. There are four disorders within this cluster. There are antisocial personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and borderline personality disorder. It is important to note that these disorders are characterized by dramatic, excessive emotional, and erotic behaviors. Now, let us examine each individual disorder. Antisocial personality disorder are characterized by a pattern of disregard and a violation of personal space, social norm, and the law. These individuals typically get away with breaking the rules without getting caught. However, they are frequently in run ins with the law. These individuals tend to have a low rate for maintaining personal relationships because of their intrusive behaviors. Narcissistic personality disorder is a consistent pattern of grandiosity, need for admiration, an exaggerated sense of self importance and self absorption, lacks empathy, and has the inability for considering someone else's needs. Histrionic personality disorder is characterized by excessive emotionality and attention seeking behavior. This person is very dramatic and extreme. This person always has to be the center of attention and is very superficial and flamboyant. They are overtly transparent with their emotion and are codependent. They consider everyone to be their dearest and closest friends early on in every interaction. Borderline personality disorder is characterized by impulsivity and instability with interpersonal relationships, self image, and emotion. They tend to lead chaotic lives and consistently craves validation from others. So the final cluster that we will be looking at is cluster C, and this is characterized by behaviors such as anxiety and fear. That is part of your normal everyday life. So, what are the personality disorders that fall under cluster C? The first would be avoidant personality disorder. This personality disorder tends to show feelings of inadequacy, hypersensitivity, and have a overall negative view of themselves. And so this tends to make them avoid others. So unlike persons with schizoid, they do kind of crave human contact, but because they doubt themselves so much, they tend to avoid. And so you'll find them kind of being loners despite them maybe having this nice sense of romance, etc. The second personality disorder under this cluster is dependent personality disorder. And this is characterized by feelings of dependency or clinginess. You tend to depend on others for almost everything. Filling out a simple form, getting a simple task done, you need to depend on a friend, you need to depend on a parent, or you always need to be in a romantic relationship. If you come out of a romantic relationship, you feel the need to get into one as soon as possible. You go out of your way to please your partner. And so there's always a show of higher agreeability in persons with dependent personality disorder because they depend or are attached to the people around them. With obsessive compulsive personality disorder, which is a final disorder in cluster C, you see perfectionist. These persons need to be in control, and so they aren't given much flexibility or openness into their lives. They need to follow strict lists. They need to get tasks done on their own because they don't think others can do it well. They might be playing a game, and if everything isn't going their way, they don't want to play anymore. It usually stops them from getting little daily routines done because it's not getting done how they would like it. And that would be the three personality disorders that fall on the cluster C. And this covers the three clusters on the personality disorders. Hey, don't go yet. We have a poem just for you entitled Personality Disorders. Do enjoy.
Cluster A, B, and C, the three groups of personality that can impact us all. Not just our nationalities, with challenges we must all navigate. Cluster A can leave us feeling void with schizopal, paranoid, and schizoid, robbing us of connection and social grace. But therapy can help us find our place.
Cluster B can leave us feeling chronic, borderline narcissistic and histrionic, emptiness, anger, and drama hold. But therapy can help us break free from the mold.
Cluster C can leave us feeling exclusive, avoidant, dependent, and obsessive compulsive, trapped by our fears and doubts. But therapy can help us out. Invisible struggles we often don't see, affecting so many, including you and me. The pain of the mind can't be seen on the skin, but it's a battle we fight from within.
Sometimes coupled with anxiety and depression. Oh, yes, traumas hold can take away our sense of control. But with proper help and a listening ear, CBT, we can break free from the chains of fear.
We can all do our parts, big or small, to show compassion and break down the walls of stigma and shame that often surrounds the struggle we face with battle we have found.
Personality disorders can be a heavy load, but with the right help, we can take back control. So let's break the stigma and speak out loud to help others find the hope we found.